Hey guys, Ralph Havens here, and hope you're having a great Saturday. I just had an amazing run from Arroyo Park here in Bellingham, Washington, up to the Raptor Ridge Trail, which looks out over eternity and just amazing. And I have lots of thoughts that run through my head, like we all do, especially when I run, and then I'm back in the moment, noticing the beautiful trail and the views that are just incredible. And it's my favorite thing to do is to run on these trails in the morning, just incredible. But um, but I was thinking, there's a lot of angry people right now, all sorts of anger. But what is it really all about? It's been said that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. But then what do you do with that? And and there's a lot of anger. And so I think a lot of anger, of course, covers up just fears. If you really got into it, like, whether you are this side of the political aisle or the other side, there's all sorts of anger. But what are you afraid of? And and whether you are fearful of a virus attacking you or hurting you somehow, or that somebody walking by or running by you on a trail can somehow kill you. It's like the way people look on the trails, it looks like they're like living in absolute fear that the air can kill them. And then there's the other people that are kind of thinking, oh my God, what is the government doing? They're talking about the army in Great Britain coming by and injecting people with a new coronavirus that is looking like it's getting close to being approved, you know? And and so a lot of people are really worried about that. Like, oh my God, I thought there was like this whole thing of like a woman's right to choose. And is it a human's right to choose what's done to their body? Is it a human's right to choose what medical intervention is done to them? And but there's so many that are clamoring, insisting that everybody gets some sort of vaccine. And and so there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of fear, and then there's a lot of people like me and my friends who are entrepreneurs, the online people. And I'm so blessed that, so much of my past that seemed problematic, really hard, that drove us out of San Diego and turned off our really thriving San Diego physical therapy practice, and then got me up here in a whole new world of online healing and helping people from around the world with their getting over their anxieties and their fears and their health concerns. And so I'm lucky that I get to do my work still. One of my friends recently got a job after many, many months of not having an ability to work. His job was turned off. And the stress in that is incredible when you can't feed your own family. And so so these fears, they're real fears. And it could be like a sick feeling in your gut. Just, I've got a sick feeling about this. You've heard that saying, I've got a sick feeling about this. Or, oh my God, it's like I got kicked in the groin over this thing, or got kicked in the guts. This really gets me. Or, man, I've just got so much pain in my heart right now. It just really hurts. And the thing is, it really does hurt. It's physically hurting. And yeah, suicides are 800% up right now. The calls to the suicide hotline. And we know people now, more than a handful. We know just in the Pacific Northwest that are no longer on the planet. And so there's a lot that you could be fearful of, and a lot that you could be angry about. And then I think about my friend who had a near-death experience many years ago. And I said, what advice do you have? And he said, stop being so petty. Stop being so petty, and just shut up and listen. And, when I was running this morning and I was out at Raptor Ridge and looking out over the world, I thought, we're on this little bitty rock. I assume that the Earth is a rock, but it's a little dot, blue-green dot, hurling itself through space. And we're little dots on that dot. And we have this, what in the grand scheme of things is just a spark of time. And so it kind of, you have crazy thoughts when you're out running by yourself on beautiful trails. And it's not it can be dangerous out there. It can be dangerous out there. There's mountain lions out there. There's bears that live out there. There's things that can happen. I was talking to my friend who's a big time mountain biker, and he was like, I'm not afraid of this thing, this virus thing. And I said, yeah, you do things that are more dangerous on any given Saturday than just walking around and breathing air. And he laughed. But here's the thing. So I've got a way to use these fears, whatever they are, whether they're fears of a virus or fears of what the government might require people to do with forced vaccination, or the fears of putting money on your table or not being able to put money on your table, or taking care of your family, or not knowing how to take care of your family, or having a business and fearful about putting your work out to the world, or all these fears. There's a way to use them for your biggest win ever. Your biggest win ever. And I'm not saying it as like a nice thought, some little meme to put on Facebook. It's like, oh yeah, obstacle is the way, and what doesn't hurt you, what doesn't kill you, strengthens you. It's like it's actually real and tangible. And there's a way to actually use your fears as the gateway to the biggest win of your entire life. And I'll put a link later in the comments about some success stories, but it's part of what I use for myself and my family and for my clients. And it's about taking personal responsibility and going into what this is really about. But it's without the things that people think they need to change, like their thoughts and their beliefs. There's a more direct way. And that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. That's what we're doing, is a one-day healing event. So if you're interested in that, I'll put the link in that in the comments as well. Or PM me, message me. And it's tomorrow morning. It's Sunday morning at 8 o'clock Pacific time. And if you join today, you'll get the replay and you can use it over and over again. It's the biggest needle mover, the biggest thing that makes a difference in my life and in my client's life. And while there's a lot of stuff to do to get somebody their health back and clear anxiety, this is the game changer. So if you want in on that, if you've got something going on and you really need to have a change and make a difference, then join us Sunday, 8 o'clock Pacific time. That's tomorrow, if you're watching live. And I'll put the link in the description. All right, you guys, let's heal yourself and heal the world.